Hi guys, this is Vineet, and in today's video we will discuss about how you can rename tables in SQL Server. Before we proceed ahead, I would request you guys to please subscribe to my channel. There is a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button and it will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. Now, why to subscribe? Subscribe because you need to excel in your career and achieve job with a high salary package. Let me share some of the motivational tips to gain mastery in SQL Server. Try to spend at least 3 to 4 hours per day watching SQL Server videos on my channel in case you are doing a 9-hour job shift. Otherwise, you have whole day to spend watching my videos to learn more on SQL Server. Second point is that try to utilize Saturdays and Sundays fully to cover all the videos in all of my SQL Server playlists. Links are given in the video description area, and we would suggest not wasting your time, especially on these 2 days. Take break for 15 minutes after watching videos every hour. Take care of your health so that you can focus all your energy and efforts on learning SQL Server stuff. Show dedication towards advancing your career by investing more of your time in learning and getting a job with high salary package. Now there are some points to remember. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept, and if it's possible for you, please watch this video twice. Perform any exercises in your lab and test environments only. Do not touch any production environments or production databases. We would like to know your thoughts regarding our video, so please share your comments with us, guys. We would love to read them. In case you need the PDF copy of the notes discussed during the video, there are 2 methods. For this video, there won't be much notes, but yeah, for other videos we do have lengthy notes. So in case you need the PDF copy of notes, there are 2 methods. The first method is the paid method. The second method is the free method. So in first method, what you need to do, you need to send me the title of the video over the email to my email address vermavane@gmail.com. So once I receive your email, I will check the video title and send you the link to make payment in order to download the PDF notes. Second method is the free methods, where you just need to subscribe to my channel. There's a subscribe button below my video. Click on that subscribe button. It will change to subscribe button. Take a screenshot of that area showing me the subscribe button, my channel name and the title of the video. Send that screenshot to me as a proof of subscription to my email address vermavane@gmail.com. Once I get your email, I will check your subscription status, and I will check the video title and send you the PDF copy of the notes on your email address. I've created some playlists for you to watch. So I have 6 playlists. SQL Server Database Design playlist, it has 46 videos. SQL Server Table playlist, it has 3 videos. SQL Server Continuity playlist, Business Continuity playlist, it has 49 videos. And we have SQL Server Indexing playlist, it has around 10 videos. We have SQL Server Performance Tuning playlist, it has around 15 videos. Then we have SQL Server Integration Services playlist. Right now it has around 6 videos. Apart from that, I have a channel page which can be accessed from youtube.com/@SQLTalks by Vineet. Once you get to my channel page, there is a subscribe button there as well. You can subscribe from there as well. Apart from that subscribe button, you will find the latest trending videos on my channel. You will find all the playlists mentioned above on my channel. And apart from that, yeah, there will be playlists specially curated for you, so you can check that out as well. Now let's come back to today's topic, which is how you can rename tables in SQL Server. So we'll go through this topic. So let me quickly go to notes I've created for this. So let me select my pen pointer as well from the draw menu. Okay, so today's topic is how you can rename tables in SQL Server. So there's a word of caution, so think carefully before you rename a table in SQL Server. If there are any queries, views, user-defined function, or any of the stored procedure, or any programs that refer to that table with an old name, the name modification makes those subjects invalid. They will not be useful anymore, as they were referring to the old table name and you have not changed the table name. So think carefully before you rename a table. And renaming a table does not automatically rename references to that table. that is what we were discussing. Reference include referencing from views, user-defined functions, stored procedures, any queries or any programs. So if we rename a table, it does not automatically rename the references to that particular table, and we must manually modify each of the references, and we must manually modify any objects that reference the rename table. For example, if you rename a table and the table is referenced in a trigger, you must modify the trigger as well to reflect the new table name. And in order to view the dependency of a particular table, you can use this particular catalog. This is .SQL expression dependencies. This catalog can be used to determine the dependencies of a particular object in SQL Server before renaming it. So let me show you how you can check dependencies. So for this video, what we will use is we will use a particular view inside the AdventureWorks 2022 database. So let me see. So first I will be returning entities that are referenced by another entities. So let's go to SQL Server quickly. Let me show you practical. So here I will be using a view and to determine what all item it is referencing. So let's connect to the database instance, the default database instance. Database I will be using will be AdventureWorks 2022. Under that we have tables, and here we are not talking about tables, so we are talking about the views. So what view I will be using is I will be using v product and description view. So I will be using that view. So let me check. Give me a second, guys. So yeah, this is the view I will be using. So let me trigger a new query against this database, and let's select all the columns. Now what I will use this sys.SQL expression dependencies to determine the expression dependencies. So it is sys.SQL underscore expression dependencies. This is the statement. So I'm taking a short name for this, so I'm marking it as SED, and I'm joining it with this is an inner join. You can just type join as well. I'm joining it with sys.objects table, so which contains information about all the objects in SQL Server, and I'm marking this catalog as O, a table as O, and we are joining this object on SED.referencing ID column. So I will be taking referencing ID column from the SQL expression dependencies table and equating it with object ID. So this is how I'm connecting these two tables, and I'm specifying the condition where referencing ID. Referencing ID column is also only available in the SQL expression dependencies catalog. So I'm using referencing ID, and here I need to provide the object ID, so that can be determined from the object ID function. Under that you need to specify the name of the object. So name of the object here is, so referencing ID here is the view which is referencing some tables. I will be taking this view, so you can type the name of the view as production dot v product and description, and description, make sure to name it correctly. Okay, now the name is correct, and close it with a single quote. So basically what object ID function does is it gives us the object ID of that particular object in SQL Server, and referencing ID needs the object ID to be equated against. So basically what we are trying to determine through this query is whatever are the references for this view, what all references this particular view is using. That's why I'm using this SQL query. So once I will execute this query, it will show us all the dependencies of this particular view. So let's execute it. So I need to check some column. It has given me all the columns, but I can get a subset of column as well. So if you see here, this is the view name, and if I want to see its dependencies, it has around like 14 dependencies because I got 14 rows. So what are all those dependencies? If we scroll further, or if we scroll back, so these are the referenced entity name, so you can make them closer to each other. So this view v product and description is referencing some of the tables. So it is referencing the product description table, and it is referencing the product model table, and it is also referencing the product model product description table, and it is referencing various kind of objects in these tables. So schemas are given here, whatever schemas are being referenced, and yeah, so this is a view with v product and description is a view mentioned by the type description coming from the object table, and we got the reference entity name. So these three tables are in, not exactly three, there are four tables which are in use by this view. So this is how you gain the information on what the dependencies are. So think before you rename the product table because it is being used by this view, or think before renaming the product description table because it is being used by this particular view. Similarly, if we want to check not the dependencies of the view, but so let's say we want to take the products table instead. So let me take products table and see if it gives me anything. So instead of referencing ID, what we can do is here we can use the referenced ID because it is the source object. Now let me execute this. Maybe here also we have to use the referenced ID instead of referencing ID. So let's execute this. It's not showing me anything. Maybe I need to use the schema of the table as well. So if we check here, so where is the products table? So first of all, the table name is not product, it's the product table. So let's check, and we need to specify the schema. So it's under the production schema. We need to specify the schema as well. Now try to execute it. Now once we specified the schema, we got the information. So this is a user table defined by this column. So this is a product table, and it is being reference. So we need referencing ID, right? So here it has given the referenced ID which is the table name itself, but let's check the referencing ID maybe. So if we execute this statement, it hasn't given anything. So maybe let's join on referencing ID. So this table is not referencing anything outside, so that's why it's not giving me the details. So I think we are fine here. So we had shown you how you can view the references of a particular view. So we had just shown you. So you can execute this statement to get the dependencies of this view under the referenced ID identity column. So you can check what all entities are used by views stored procedure triggers like this. So this view is using multiple tables. This is how you know. So you may note down this query. This is how you check that. Now let me show you another query in which you can get information via the reference ID. So I was showing you how to use the production.product table. So let me write another query for you. So let's take a star from sys.SQL expression for expression as sit. Let's use sit, and we are doing a join with sys.objects, and as we are taking it, and we are joining, and this time we are joining on the same referencing ID. So set.referencing ID is equal to o.object ID. But this time, instead of taking a referencing ID that we had taken before, what we are using is we are using the referenced ID. So referenced ID, we are taking the object ID function, get the object ID information, and the table name will be production.product. So production is the schema name, product is the table name. Let's close this out. We should get the information. Whatever items are using this product table, we will get the information about that. So once we execute it, we get the information. So here this time we have used referenced ID. So basically we are trying to determine where is this table being used, by which our particular objects are using this table. So if we take a look here, so it is giving us the type description of the objects using this and the name of those objects as well. Basically the objects that are using this schema in the table name, and let me take that. So if you bring these four columns together, you will get the idea. So this product table under the production schema is being used by these objects. So you often get product dealer price is a SQL scalar function, and apart from that, two stored procedure are using this table, and apart from that, the views, this particular product product and description view is using this table. Apart from that, we have some check constraint that are defined on this product table, and this is also a view which is using this table. So think many times before renaming this product table, because it is being referenced by many of the check constraints, scalar functions, stored procedures, and views. If we change the name of this table or rename this table, it will render these objects, the constraint, SQL scalar function, SQL stored procedure as invalid, and we need to create all these constraints and SQL scalar function, or modify them, modify the stored procedures and views to reference the new table name. Alright, so think carefully before you make any changes to the table name. And this particular SQL expression dependencies can be used to determine the dependencies of a source, or basically the referenced ID and the referencing ID. I have shown you the difference via the queries. So this is how you can use this particular catalog view to determine that whatever dependencies are there for the table, which all particular objects are using a particular table, or which particular view is using how many tables. You can get all that information via this this catalog view. Now let me show you a demo on how you can rename a table using SQL Server Management Studio, and we will also show you how you can rename a table using the Transact-SQL statement. So we will cover two demos. First one is using the SQL Server Management Studio, another one is using the Transact-SQL statement. So let me trigger a new query here against the AdventureWorks 2022 database. So let me take you through a practical, and first we will show you how you can use SQL Server Management Studio to rename a table. So On the left hand side we have a object explorer, and basically if we want to rename a particular table, so for example if we want to rename a production.product table, although we should not be renaming it, but in case you want to rename this product table, what you can do is you can right click on the table name and there's a rename option over here. So you can rename it directly from here. Otherwise what you can do, you can choose the design view as well. You go to design view, and from the view menu you can select the properties window, and right now let me see if the property window is showing up. So if you select the properties window for this particular table, it shows up on the right hand side. Now in the field for the name value, you can change the name here. So if you want to make it product one, you can change it here like this, but we don't want to make any change, so I'm removing that, and we can press escape to cancel this, and let's close the property window. So after you make changes to table name, maybe if I made it product one, what we can do is we can right click here and select save product one table. Otherwise what we can do is we can do a file save product one to save this table, but we don't want to make any changes, so I'm not doing anything. I'll change it back to product, closing this and closing this here. I'm not saving the table. Now let me show you how you can use the SQL to rename the table. So in the object explorer we need to connect to a database instance, and we need to select a query. We need to trigger a query against the database, so that is already triggered. Now let me rename one of the tables. So I'm taking the table, let's take sales sales territory table. We're trying to rename this table, so let's try to rename this table. So along with me, write code. In order to rename the table, we execute a stored procedure basically. So the stored procedure name is sp rename. This can be used to rename the table. After that, you need to specify the source table name along with the schema name. That is, schema name is necessary for this, otherwise it will not be able to change the table name. So first you define the source, then you will define the destination name. In the destination name, there's no need to specify the schema. So I'm specifying the destination table name as sales star, and let me execute this statement. So as we need to execute a stored procedure sp rename, we need to specify the name of the source table along with the schema name. Destination table name can be defined without the schema as well. So I have not specified the schema name, so this sales star table name will be renamed to sales star. So once you write this statement, so let's execute this statement, it will rename the table. So it is giving us warning that if you change any part of the object name, it could break the scripts and stored procedures. So we have changed the sales territory name, and if we refresh the table section, we will see a new name will appear for this table. So we've expanded tables, and we see sales territory is now renamed to sales star. Let's go ahead and rename it back to sales territory. Let's copy it, paste it here, and then let's rename it back to sales territory. Let's do a reverse operation. So now the rename operation is done. Let's refresh the table section, and we will get our table name back, change back to sales territory. So I hope you got the idea how you can rename the tables, and also you got the idea how to check the table dependencies or views dependencies using the SQL expression dependencies catalog view. And I hope you liked this video, and if you really like this video, please click on the like button And there's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. Please share this video with your friends, and if you feel this video is useful for them, also ask them to subscribe to my channel in case you feel my channel contains videos that are useful for them. Also, please do post us your comments. We love to hear your comments. Let us know in case you want us to make videos on any particular topic. So I thank you so much for your time on this video today, and you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.